Yeah, so you were saying about getting to the airport, stepping up with that proposal. I mean, I can
Yeah.
I can I can think of mine as well at the look, I didn't want to I wanted to do the whole elaborate thing, you know what I mean? Like I love Sea Point. Sea Point is like it's a nice place for me, especially walking there on the pavilion, etc. Um, that's where I wanted to propose to Lori, and it didn't happen that way for me. Um, it was just a normal a normal proposal, the brothers were there, mom was there, my parents were there as well. So she knew um that I was gonna do it. So it wasn't a surprise. I think that was also why it wasn't such a big thing as what I wanted to make it. So she kind of
Mm.
knew already, okay, um, he's going to propose. But I think um, even though it worked out like that, I was still nervous. I was still um, I don't want to say scared, but I was more nervous, and I was just hoping that things were going to be, work out, you know.
Yeah.
And then yeah, a couple of months down the line, then you know. Yeah, we got married. So it worked out. It worked out perfectly, man. And with our wedding especially, we basically did everything ourselves.
Mm.
Um, I think that's what we wanted to do from the get-go, you know. And I think that's also very, very important as a couple. In my opinion, is that if you're gonna make that step up to get married, then you guys sort of have to be on the same wavelength, and
Mm.
you guys have to sort of think alike, man. Especially when
Yeah.
it comes to making uh such a big decision. Is there
Yeah. No.
anything you want to add?
Nah. Nah. That I agree. I agree with that. Nah. I think you summed it up nicely.
Um, how's life in New Zealand compared to Cape Town?
So the city that we are in, Palmerston North, is very chill. Is probably the best way to put it.
Mm,
It's very laid back, um, almost frustratingly so, but it's a nice change of pace.
yeah.
Um, you would, I think, if you didn't see the shops that are unique to New Zealand, you'd feel like you were still in some suburb in Cape Town.
Mm.
Because you're driving on the same side of the road, traffic signals are the same. A lot more circles, traffic circles, yeah. But you'd kind of feel like you're still back home until you see, oh, there's that shop. That shop's not. I'm not in South Africa. Um, um, and I feel like the in South Africa we tend to have this hustle mentality, more of a hustle mentality. Like you're always
Yeah,
on the go, you're always very busy.
true.
Whereas here, people are very much about spending time exploring things, going outdoors, um, hanging out with your mates at the pub or whatever. Um,
What's
it's
what's what's
very
the what's the word for families at Fano?
fun. Yeah,
Yeah, very, very Fano related, you know. I think that kind of suits you perfectly for you and your family, because I mean you guys are, you know, interlinked all the time. I can just see it from the pictures, that Lauren posts and so on. So you guys always do everything together, which is good.
yeah. I think the city that we are in also caters to that or helps that. It's a very good place to raise a family because there's a lot of parks, a lot of green space. Um, yeah, because if you go 2 hours down the freeway, almost 2 hours down the freeway to Wellington, and you feel the difference. you feel like you're in a city now. You
Mm,
feel that that buzziness, like it's tangible. It's crazy. Um, and I'm sure like if I had to come back to Cape Town, I'd feel that same thing. Um, I think that's the big difference. So I don't I haven't lived in Wellington to know what the difference would be there apart from I think in terms of this whole like liberal versus conservative movement,
mm,
it's more I think it's progressed a bit more over here than what it has in South Africa because America's right here. So we're like hard in the West.
mm,
So all of those things are we're like in it, whereas it's not um it's not as prevalent in South Africa just yet. I feel like more maybe in the more affluent areas, like southern suburbs, it might be in pockets over there, but definitely yeah, it's like on our doorstep
mm,
in Wellington and not so much Auckland, but that whole liberal movement is yeah. I think that would be one of the big things that is different from um, New Zealand to South Africa or to Cape Town in particular. Yeah.
mm. Was it difficult adjusting from your life here in Cape Town and adjusting to a whole new country, a whole new environment, new space, new people, culture? That's I mean, I would love to experience, I mean, just from what I see on the pictures and what I read in the socials. And obviously I love Wellington. You know why.
Hmm.
There's only one
Yeah.
reason now I want to come to Wellington. Um, it's been like that for years, sure, since I can remember. But was it difficult adjusting? I mean, I mean, if I take your kids, um, especially Shiloh getting to a new school, a creche, or I don't, do they call it kindergarten over there? What, you know?
Yeah, kindy and daycare. So kindy is there's like hours they work along like the school hours, and then daycare is
Mm,
like the normal daycare. Um, Adjusting, you know what, eh? When when I got here, when we got here, I was very much focused on trying to get everyone settled as quickly as possible.
mm,
So I didn't really give much thought to adjusting. I was just like, okay, this is how things are done here. Let's just move. We just keep moving, make sure everyone's okay.
yeah.
And I think that was a bad thing because in doing that, I probably missed the mark on some um, being present in certain ways.
Mm,
Um, so I would say adjusting. I'd say we are still adjusting because when we got here, we were just like go 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 because Lauren was about to give birth
yeah.
to Kelsey. So it's adjusting has taken longer. Um, I like the finding a good church has helped with that. A church with a similar dynamic or way of doing things
Mm,
has helped us adjust better, make friends easier. Um, yeah, I think the church, yeah, finding the right church, sure, that helped big time. But it's weird, man. Like having to when the things hit you and you like just stand still for a moment, you stop moving and you realize you are in a new place.
mm,
You don't know anyone. Um, you have to make friends from scratch at this age. I think it was harder for Lauren and for me because I in the workspace I could just go and then make friends, but how can I say I had people to talk to.
yeah.
So it was I think it was easier for me to adjust than Lauren. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's taken a while. And I think we're still adjusting because when we got here, it was just find our feet as quickly as possible. And yeah,
Mm. Listen, speaking of church, one thing that I've always admired from you, um, and I think as a man, I must say that I don't have a lot of male friends who are um how can I put it now, who are spiritually, sort of in tune. I've got a decent group of friends, brothers, but not all of them are really in tune with their spiritual side. You know what I mean? So um I think each one of us uh we are trying to find sort of our walk with God. We're looking for that spiritual connection. Um, so like I said, one thing I've always admired about you is your walk with Christ and how far you've come. Um, when did you realize, or when did you feel like God is speaking to you, and how did that light switch, come up in your mind, and how did he manifest like change in your life?
Sure, that is your
That's deep, man.
yeah.
But I'm not
Look,
just asking that because I'm asking. I mean, it's I'm we talk as often as we can.
yeah,
My journey as well. I'm still seeking, I'm still trying to find. But like I said, I look up to guys like you, even though you're younger than me, but your experiences, the stories you've told me. I even went to church with you on one or
yeah,
two occasions, and I even felt the spirit. I mean, you've seen me cry in front of you, so that's
yeah.
nothing to be ashamed of. So I think we went to Ops. You invited me to go with you to Ops, a church in Ops. That
Mm.
was the
Oh,
the 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 in Ottery. Was it Ottery?
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean the group's main campus in Cape Town in
Yes,
Australia.
yes, yes. Why am I thinking Ops? Ottery. And that was a nice experience for me. So I mean, even that time, you had already, from what I could see, you had already experienced something. So when did you feel like God is taking you on a journey? When did he switch that light switch on?
Eddie Jones going on a journey, mate. Uh, I up until matric, I would say, um, I didn't go to church much.
Hmm.
Uh, and like at the church that I was at, the folk kick growing up, like as a kid, I don't think I could relate much to that. But
Yeah.
in matric, I found through I can say through Michaela and my other school friends and teachers, they all went to the same church, and then that's when I came across Good Hope Christian Center. I went on to a youth service, and then I just started to go. I started to attend youth, and then I just went to a service. And this is something that I'm learning now is to almost take some of the emotion out of it. Like the emotion is what got me. I think I guess got me into God's presence or got me there.
Hmm.
To make God more real to me because at the time I was like something in me just told me just to give this a proper shot, man. At school,
Hmm.
at youth or starting to attend youth more, and then going to church more, getting involved in church, um, sitting under the word, and during that time it was very emotionally based,
Hmm.
um, and I based everything in my life on God, work everything through God. Like my I I had a dream of going to study at Stellenbosch, play for my artists and stuff like that.
Mm,
But then I I failed to meet the requirements for engineering. Later on, I found out I could have just done a bridging course and carry on. But um, I asked. It was fine. I just got I got saved, um, and then I was at the crossroads where I needed to choose my career. Am I gonna go into civil, or am I gonna go into graphic design? Um, and I did this thing that Gideon did in the Bible, where he put the cloth on the ground, and he tested God in that way. And I used the same concept um, to get direction.
mm,
Like I think at the time it was a hot period in Cape Town, and I remember just trying it. Um, I said, look, if it's like cloudy the next day, not looking at the weather, if it's cloudy the next day, then I'm gonna go all in into civils. And if it's not, if it's another hot day, then graphics all the way. Um, it was overcast the next day, so I'm like, oh, that's emphatic. And then I went to that, and I'd like to think the fact that I trusted God with everything in that moment, like to pursue civil engineering, like full on. It just opened doors for me. I was like, it wasn't easy. Um, like I had to, obviously I still had to put the work in and stuff like that, but
yeah.
the um I think God got me to doors. I had to work yeah, God got me to doors and opened the doors um by trusting in him like fully, like not doing things in my own strength or
Mm,
in my own wisdom, like even getting married, coming here to New Zealand. It it's not manufactured by me, um or anything that I have done. I can truly attribute everything, everything that I have, everything that we have as a family now, and like just how much love we've received here in New Zealand also. It's
yeah.
just God. And I'm learning now, learning how to separate my emotions out of reading when I read the word now.
Mm,
Um, and I'm seeing like normal stories that we grew up on. I'm seeing it in a different way. Like if I can quickly say, like in like the whole creation story,
mm,
like we all know, like on day one this happened, day two this happened, day three. But I only realize now when preparing for a Sunday school lesson how it wasn't by chance that those things happened on those specific days. Like those things happened for a reason. The how can I say, the water was separated on that particular day, and it happened before the animals could come for a reason.
mm,
Like I feel like we just gloss over that, but like there's a process that needs to take place. Things need to be in place before um, something else can happen. The environment needs to be right to sustain life.
mm.
So how did I not see this? How did I not the creation story? How did I not see how it's just like it was insane, man. I like now other stories in the Bible are also um having the same sort of how can I say impact. I'm seeing it in that kind of light now, and I feel like that's because I've taken the emotion out of it,
Mm,
and I'm seeking God with a, with a different in a different way, um, and trying to how can I say, trying to base my masculinity in that, like trying to find the direction for that in the stories that I read.
mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Nah, you see it now. I'm just thinking about all these questions. I was sitting and I was thinking and whatever. And I thought to myself, now you just mentioned masculinity and I'm gonna I'm thinking now which one should I ask you first? Okay, let's jump into this one. Um, we've got a couple of minutes to spare. What is your view on masculinity and how should we as men present ourselves to the world, in your humble opinion, my dear cousin?
Um, so I've been listening to a couple of podcasts about this from a scriptural point, a biblical point of view,
Mm,
um, especially about how we should show up in our marriage and in the world. Um, and because it's not something that I'm not getting it right. Like, but one of the things that stood out was as a man, you shouldn't like shrug your responsibilities, like your like work. It's your responsibility to provide for your family.
mm,
Um, so you shouldn't shy away from hard work.
mm,
As a man, you should take initiative in terms of um, so I don't want to speak to myself now. In terms of the spiritual side of things,
yeah.
like you need to initiate going to church. You need to initiate daily devotions. You need to initiate um, how can I say that time in God and develop an environment for your family to how can I
Mhm.
say grow in that. And you need to take ownership for
Yeah.
the decisions that you make and not shy away from responsibility
Mm,
and blame circumstances or your environment or yeah, you need to find a way, especially if you are a husband. um you need to find a way. It's like a big I realize like how big of a responsibility it actually is. Like um it's more than what the world portrays a husband or a man to be.
mm,
um and you need to be in control of your emotions. So I think that the ideally this is how I see a man um who is in love with God. He's got direction in his
mm,
life. He knows where he's going. He he's committed and he's committed to his family. He's committed to God. He's committed to how can I say, ensuring that his family how can I say is looked after, is safe. Um I just had another thing on my mind now. Um you are this is what like Jordan Peterson says, you are capable of violence, but you have that under control.
mm,
You are capable of doing something, but you are in control of it. You are in control of your emotions. You are level headed,
yes.
and if you are not, you you find ways to sort yourself out, man. And um, yeah, you don't blame anyone or anything. Yeah, I feel like that's a biblical my book like that's the definition that I am at now in terms of what a man looks like.
Mm,
And I was speaking to another friend of mine on the side, um, and we were speaking about like the challenges that we go through like now, especially as migrants
mm.
and as dads of daughters, and the emotional challenges that comes with. Um,
You might as well answer that because that's the next question.
oh,
How is it raising two girls? I mean, look, I'm raising a daughter as well. Um, Obviously my daughter's got autism, so it's a bit of a challenge with that as well. But she's proving to be yeah, she's amazing, man. Like she will do things or say things. I mean, she struggles with her speech, etc. But um we have been with her through this journey for such for the 4 years that she's now been alive. She's been with us. Um, it's been a journey, my brother. It's been amazing to watch her growth, and um, yeah, there's still so much more to come. I think from her that she's gonna teach us. So I mean,
Yeah.
even raising a boy as well, it's a different thing, but he's also on another level. He's doing well at school. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, so yeah, onto that daughter to be a Macy's.
Yeah. Um. Sure.
You've got about 5 minutes left. So cram it into 3 minutes.
Yeah. Look, it's very it's challenging.
Mm,
It's like you've experienced. It's rewarding and on a because females are emotional beings, and was it they develop faster than boys. So the stuff you encounter, especially in terms of the emotional maturity, or how they develop the emotions. Yeah, it's. But I feel like coming like if you are in control of your emotions, if you can, this is something I'm guilty of. If you can step back and just see what is needed in that
mm,
moment, being present, um, because sometimes you don't need to say anything. Sometimes you just need to give a hug, and learning when to do that,
yeah.
even for your wife. Um, it's I think that's the trick, and it's yeah. I think that's something I need to get right. Knowing when to do what,
Mm,
with having being a girl dad, and modeling what you'd like them to associate with being a good male
mm.
is yeah, that's some of the challenges with that, with raising daughters, I believe. Yeah.
Quick one. What's the best thing about being married?
The best thing about being married is having someone that you can share your highs and your lows with, share
Mm,
your achievements with, um, go on a lifelong adventure with,
mm.
and
A hike.
lifelong hike.
A lifelong
Um,
hike.
yeah, and growing through that together. I think that's knowing that you're doing it with someone um, of the opposite sex.
Yeah,
Because it's different having like a male friend, a lifelong male friend. Um, but being married, um, that person's not gonna go anywhere. Like you are committed to one another,
true.
committed to how can I say, to take on whatever, to see each other through your worst and to see each other through your best.
Mm,
So knowing that you have that person in your corner always, whether it's to pat you on the back or whether to give you a scolding, um, but a hug and a kiss afterwards.
ja, hulle skel my
That
elke dag, joh.
mm, I think I think for me that's the best part. And you forget like when you are in, or when you're frustrated, or when you're in it, you forget those things. So that's actually a nice question to have to answer. Yeah, just to remember that, yeah, you have that someone in your corner. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make this very quick in the next 7 minutes. So, how much is of a positive influence has your wife been in terms of your growth as a man? Yeah, I think we can end it off there, you know.
Yeah, a big positive. Like
Mhm.
Lauren is a very strong person, got a very strong personality,
Mm,
and I feel like I needed that kind of person. Um, because I'm still that shy person. I'm still like
mm,
working on I go through waves of confidence and then I crash. Um, it frustrates her, but it pushes me to be better,
Mm,
pushes me to like work on becoming that man that I described earlier on.
yeah.
Uh, for for a strong person like her, I need to be that because it frustrates her if I'm anything but that.
Mm,
Um, and whenever I move into like entertaining thoughts of like taking an easy road when things get difficult, and then she's there to just check me like, nah, dude, that's not you.
mm,
Why you wanna jump ship like change jobs? Now like, you're not like, is it to pay? Is it this? Is it that? If it's not, then why? Like like that's an example of how she's challenged me. It's like
mm.
reminding me of what I stand for.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's big positive.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I can probably say the same for myself as well, because yeah, just a quick one. So yeah, I also struggle with confidence, and I go into dark places, where it's like it feels like nobody can get me out of it, you know what I mean? But in just that knowing you've got that support behind you, that comfort, um at the end of the day, even if you have a best friend, nobody really knows you like your wife.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they spend every single day with you. They see your highs, they see your lows. They know the. I'm busy writing a song called the In Between. So like she knows the in between. So whatever's lying in between my positive and my negative, in between that, there's a space where only she can sort of go, and she knows where how to get you out of that low point that
yeah,
you're stuck in. But yeah, Gigi, man, thank you so much, my Uso. Thank you so much, man. That has been a privilege. It's been an honor to catch up with you. I think we can maybe at some point again, maybe do like a part two, catch up, see how things are going with you and the family and so on. Maybe do like a couples thing, get Lauren in on the chat. I'll get my wife in on the chat as well, something like that would be nice for the listeners. But yeah, my
yeah.
brother,
It has to be early morning on
early
your
morning.
side. 'Cause, yeah, when once we put the kids down,
Yeah, yeah,
then we'll
but
be
but
like reversed.
yeah, thank you so much, man, for opening up your heart and giving your time and your advice. And yeah, thank you so much, man. And all the best for you guys. I hope to see you soon. Hopefully we can chat again sometime.
Yeah, man. Nah, all good. Thanks for allowing me to come onto your podcast.
Now go rest,
Yeah,
please.
just started the day now.
Yeah, I can see the light coming out there at the back.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. All the
I mean,
best for you. Love you, man. Thank you.
shot, man. See
All
you.
right. Bye-bye.